How y'all doing, family? Welcome back to another video. Welcome back to Living Life with Jackie. I was trying to record this on my camera, but battery dead. So let's start over. So I was just saying how before I got cut off because my battery died, that it's Friday will be 2 weeks that my son was missing. Is missing. He left this house where I live at right now, January 31st. I'll say that's the last time that I saw him, but he left, and I had not heard anything from him until yesterday. Yesterday, he called me. He called my daughter first, and then he called me, and my daughter was like, we got a missing persons report on you. You need to call mom. So he called me, and I'm gonna tell y'all, I was ecstatic. I was so happy just to hear his voice. Even though I don't know where he is right now, still I know he's back home. I went back home to pet some flies and stuff, but we had still not heard anything from him. But he called yesterday and said, Mom, I am fine, but I just want you to know the reason why I'm so much looking for my son. My son is dealing with mental issues. He's been dealing with them for 14 years. He won't get any help. He won't get any counseling. I've tried to put him in a facility twice. Didn't work. I've been trying over the years to get him to just go to therapy, speak to someone, get on medication, but he won't do it. I did not want to go and commit him, but I feel like now I should have done it, but I did not do it. But I'm just glad that he called me yesterday. So that has been going on since January 31st until yesterday, which was February 10th. So it's been, and I was going crazy because I hadn't heard from him. His birthday is on Saturday, and I didn't know how I was going to deal with that because his birthday was coming up. But yeah, I just been going through some stuff, and I'm hanging on to God. I can't give up on God. I mean, like, I'm good as far as God is concerned, because at one point I just thought God forgot about me, and I just felt like he just left me by myself. But another side of me is like, girl, God got you. I trust God. He got you. And then I went back home the same weekend that my son left here, and we didn't know where he was. I went home to a women's conference, and it was so good. It was so good. I'm telling you, God moved in that place. It was so good. But anyway, I'm sitting in my yard and I'm about to eat something. I just got off work. I don't care that y'all even can see the tag, even if you can't see it. Hey, I just got off work, and my job is like, they were getting on my nerve. But at the end of the day, like I said, I need my job, so I gotta keep my head up. I was trying to work and just be, just do what I could do. So the name of that conference was Know Your Truth. Live in your truth. Know your truth. And I get from that is that wherever I am right now, I gotta know my truth. My truth is this. My son has been missing for almost 2 weeks. He called me yesterday, but I still don't know where he is. I have a sigh of relief that I heard his voice. I still don't know where he is. I know he's back home somewhere, but I don't know where. The second thing about knowing my truth is knowing that I'm a woman, I'm a human. Things always happen. In this life, things are going to happen. All we can do is do our best. Say that I'm getting evicted. I got eviction notice. I just been struggling. I had another child that I had here with me was going through the same mental issues and problems. But that's another situation where we made it through that. And I got behind. I can't blame my kids for nothing that go on in my house, because this is my house. I got behind. This, like I tell my husband, this is our home. This is where we are supposed to be paying our bills at, and I got behind. Okay, the way I feel about the situation is this: I gotta do better. Living in my truth. I gotta do better. I gotta budget. I gotta save. I gotta cut back things that I don't need. Eating out, which I'm about to do. Eating out. Amazon. Budget. That's living in my truth. That's what I feel living in my truth is, because I have to do that. I'm a cosmetologist. I can do my nails. I can do my hair. I can do all that stuff. But I need to budget. I need to do that. I need to save. Number one, I need to pay my tithes. I need to pay my bills. I need to pay my bills on time. I need to save. And from this point on, I have made it a part of my goal that I'm going to do that. I need to organize my life. God first. Husband. Job. No. God first. Husband. Family. Job. Foolishness. And when I say foolishness, like traveling, having fun, stuff like that, buying stuff like that, I have to, after my job, home life, because we need to buy a house. Okay, I'm not, with everything going on and my son being missing, I didn't care about having to move. They got so many extended stay suites everywhere. Honey, when I think about it, going to one of those places, one, I have to pay to rent, yeah, and it might be a little extra money because I'm paid it by the week, or I might get a break by paying it by the month. But paying it by, I don't have to pay no light bill. I don't have to pay no water bill. I don't have to pay no internet bill. I can use Wi-Fi. I don't have the overhead as I will have when I go and buy my own house. For right now, I can work. I can save my money. I can get my credit straight, because I do need to get my credit straight. So I'm not ashamed of that. I'm living in my truth. I'm being truthful with Jackie. Anybody who watches this video, or however you take it, that's you. But like I told my husband, I was gonna make this video because I want to take y'all with me to show y'all that I am living in my truth. It's not so much that people in your business, people gonna say what they say, are gonna say about you. If they know your business, if they don't know your business, you're gonna get talked about, whether you do good or whether you do bad. You are going to be talked about. Jesus was talked about. He healed the sick. He raised the dead. He provided. He had compassion on the people. He was still ridiculed. He was still bruised. He was still wounded. He was still hung on the cross. So if Jesus went through all that stuff, what do you think we're going to do? We're going to go through the same thing. So here, I'm saying all this to say, don't care about your negative talk. Don't care about your negative thoughts. All I care about is me living in my truth and getting myself where I need to be in God, with my husband, with my family, in my home, and getting me, keeping my family together, praying, worshiping, and keeping my family together, and most of all, keeping my sanity. Because if I'm not right, I can't do nothing for nobody. I can't do nothing for husband. I can't do nothing for children. And I definitely can't walk in the anointing and the call that God has on my life. So this video right here is to let you know I'm living in my truth. I don't have to lie about nothing. I don't. I go through times I don't have no money. I I go through times where I don't want to do nothing because I'm depressed. I go through times that I just say, bump it. Leave me alone. I don't want to be bothered. But today, I'm recognizing and being honest. I'm living in my truth. Honey. Friends. Family. I'm letting you know. This video is about me living in my truth. Now, I just ask y'all, if you're people that look, if you come across this video and you know how to pray, you're a woman or a man of God and you know how to pray, even if you're not saved and you still know how to pray, let's pray for me. Pray for me that God will move in my life, that God will reveal himself to me. God will show me the ways to go. God will take me step by step, because that's what I pray. But anyway, I just got off work, like I said. I went to this Chinese restaurant. Well, it's an Asian restaurant called Lin's, L-I-N. Asian. It's an Asian cafe. But these are the cream cheese wontons. I done ate 2 of them because I was hungry. This is the sauce that goes with it. And then I got some chicken fried rice. Oh gosh, let's go to the top. I think I'm gonna just put some in this bowl because I don't want to eat out of it. But this is chicken fried rice with vegetables and bean sprouts. So I'm gonna eat some of this. Save some for my husband because people need something to eat when they come home. I'm gonna bless this food, Lord God. Bless this food that is nourishing for my body. In the name of Jesus Christ, I pray, Lord. Amen. So yeah, I've decided I'm just gonna live in my truth, because at the end of the day, you being truthful with yourself is all that matters. Being truthful that, okay, I can't afford this. Being truthful, okay, I'm not feeling myself today. Being truthful, I don't want to be bothered with nobody. You know, being truthful. And you'll get to a new place. Truthful, I'm working to be in a new space, a new place. So, yeah. This is what we got to do. Be truthful. Be truthful. And that's what I'm doing. So yeah. But yeah, this is, what I'm doing. Back. But yeah, all that matters right now, because that's it. But yeah, gotta live in the truth, man. Why lie about what's going on? Why get on here and lie about your life when in reality it's not what you're even saying? I don't have to do that. I want to make some friends on this YouTube, but lie about it. But what I'm going through, make it seem like it's something that is not. But yeah, but I gotta go ahead and pack some more stuff. I mean, when I said that, that's a fact. That's a fact. But I'm not worried about nothing. I don't care what, I really don't care what people think about me at this point right now, because it don't matter. It don't. It don't matter what people think about me right now. But what matters is that I get me together. That's all that matters. So, I'm gonna be honest. I'm upset about having to move. I'm upset about it. Because where I am, I love it here where I'm at. But what I don't like is renting. I don't like the renting part. I'm 54 years old. I should have already had a house. Either paid for or halfway paid for. So, that's what bothers me. So, that's all, that's all on my mind right now. And another thing, I don't know what to say about fathers. I say this, fathers. My son has been going through this for 14 years, and that's around the time that my ex-husband, my children's father, he's a cheater. And I don't care who look at this video and say, oh, she's still mad or whatever. Whatever. He is a cheater. He cheated on me, left with another woman, the woman that he cheated with. My kids and I were devastated. I was with this man for 30 years. I was married to him for 28 years, and I was with him for 30 years. I'll do another video on that. But we had a bad breakup. And me and my other kids, we felt it. And we dealt with what we had to deal with. But my son that's missing. And let me say it again, he called me. But he's not, I don't know where he is. So, like I said, that's another thing that's bothering me. But he didn't deal with it. He felt like he was the oldest boy, the oldest son, that he had to protect me and his sisters and his baby brother. So he never dealt with it. And as we dealt with it and came out of it, as we were coming up out of it, he was going down in it. And he has not come out of it yet. And every time I asked my ex-husband to help me with my son, he said no. I called my ex-husband back in 2016-17 because I was putting my son in a treatment plan. I called Mobile Crisis to help me with him because he was just sitting in his room wasting away. He was just depressed. He wouldn't do nothing. And if anybody deals with depression, you know that it's hard for you to get up and take a shower. It's hard for you to get up and comb your hair, brush your teeth, dress yourself. If you've ever been so depressed that you just want to lay in you just want to lay in the bed and don't do nothing. My son used to work 7 days a week, sometimes 12-hour shifts, and he went from that to locking himself in a room. Well, locking himself in a room. I called my ex-husband, my children's father, and told him that I was calling mobile crisis to help me get my son out this house because he needed to get treatment. He needed to go get help. And he came to the house where we were living at the time. And he said, oh, we sit there about 30 minutes waiting on the people to come. 30 minutes out, and then he said, well, I'll be back. My son's father, I'll be back. But he left and he never came back. So the people from Mobile Crisis came. We did what we had to do, help my son. They took him. They put him in treatment. They only kept him for 2 weeks because, you know, that's all they could do. Because he was of age where he could say no, he didn't want to take medication. He could say no, I don't want no treatment. He was of age. So I dealt with that. And in the time of me dealing with this thing was breaking me up because here his mother, I deal with my own mental stuff. And what I try to get my son to understand, if I would stay where he is, we wouldn't be making it. We would have been worse off than we are now. So I don't know. So that was the first time. He left and didn't come back. So the second time I did it, I was literally getting evicted out of that apartment too. Back then, 2017, 2018, I couldn't make it. I was driving school bus, wasn't making no money. I tried to work a second job. It didn't happen. I wasn't making enough money. I was getting evicted out of that apartment. I called Mobile Crisis again because I didn't know what to do. I didn't have no place to take my son. Because he needed to be someplace to get help. But he wouldn't go. So we were literally moving out of my apartment. The same place I called the kid's father to come and get my son. We were moving out of there. We were evicted. So Mobile Crisis was helping me trying to talk to my son. So they said, can you call his father? I called his father. I said, can you please come and get him so he can have someplace to stay? He said, why don't you just be truthful? Why don't you just tell him the truth? You don't want him to stay with you. You just want to get rid of him. You don't want him staying with you. So the lady got on the phone. She said, sir, this lady is literally moving out of her house right now because she got evicted. She don't have no place to go. Can you come and get your son? She could take it with her. She said the lady don't have no place to go. I did not have no place to go. So he told the lady, he said, well, I get off work, I'll come up there and get him. We still waiting on him to come and get him. So the next day, I called him. I said, so you won't come and get him? He said, I'm not coming to get him. That's your effing problem. You deal with it. No, he ain't coming to live with me. No, that's your problem. You deal with it. I said, okay. From that point on, I was done. And for years, I just held hate against him and the woman that he cheated on me with. Well, his wife now, because they married. But I had to go to God and ask God to release that because my baby boy was getting married. And I knew he was going to bring her, and I knew she was going to be there. And I did not want that at my baby boy wedding. So I let that go. Now, when my son started, like he's gonna walk such and such. I live in a little town, and my son was gonna walk someplace that he's gonna fill out a job application. How you gonna walk? It take me 30 minutes to get from where you want to go. It take me 35, 40 minutes to get from where you want to go back home. Because I work in the same area that you want to walk to. So, my daughter calls him and said, can you come and get him and help mom with him? This was like this was 2 days before my son walked off, and he didn't tell us where he was going. So my daughter said, can you help mom, because she really need help, and he's trying to do something and we know he can't do that. This man said, call the police. Let the police come pick him up. They'll put him in, when they pick him up, they'll take him to a place, put him in a program where he can get help. Who does that? Anyway, he did it well. But then I said, you know what? I said, well, I thought you said you was coming to get him. He told me you was coming to get him, to take him with you to get a job. That you was going to bring him to your house so you could stay and you going to help him get a job. I ain't tell him no such thing as that. Nobody told me that. I heard it myself. I talked to him. I said it out loud. He could hear me. And he responded like, I ain't telling no such thing. He lying. Okay. I walk out. I told my daughter, I'm done. Hey y'all, so it's the next day. Because not only did my camera went out, because I didn't have no battery life. My phone went out because I didn't have any storage. So I was too tired to come back. But I'm going to pick up where I left off yesterday. Like, I was saying how, my son's father, I was asking him how, he said my son said he was going to come and pick him up. He said, I ain't telling no such thing as that. So, when he said that, I walked out. I told my daughter I was done. So, like I said, we went to that conference. I went to that conference that Saturday. Not knowing that my son, had even left the house. So that Friday night, I just couldn't sleep. I couldn't sleep at all. And, I was up and about, getting out the bed, going in the loft, looking at TV, getting out the loft, going back in there, going to sleep, back and forth. So, I keep hearing stuff downstairs, but I ain't paying attention to it, because my daughter would literally walk all night long, walk. Like she said she couldn't sleep. And I thought it was her. But she came out of the room, and I'm like, because I was sitting in the loft looking at TV, I said, what? I thought you was downstairs. She said, no, that wasn't me. And I ain't thinking nothing else of it. Well, Saturday morning we got up. I didn't check my son. My son is 34 years old. Well, about to be 34. And he, when I go to work, sometimes I walk in there, you all right, because he in there looking at TV. He ain't sleeping, just laying in there. And but that day I didn't do that. I didn't do it. We got in the car, we went back to Charleston. I went to the women's conference, came back, and I said I was going to stop and get something to eat. Got something to eat. My daughter brought him something to eat. And when my daughter went up to the room to take it to her, she said, Mama, he gone. So my son was gone since then. Okay, Sunday I got up. I went to the police department. I reported him missing because evidently he was missing since Friday, not Saturday, because that was him down there making that noise, leaving out the house when I heard that noise. So I was just so distraught. I was hurt. I was crying. I was like, oh my God. And being that I was already pissed at his daddy, I said, I'm not even gonna call. So Sunday night, late Sunday morning, I just put a post on Facebook saying that, I was just heavy hearted because my son was missing. don't know where he is. He's been going through for a long time. You know, if anybody back home see him, have heard from him, call me, inbox me, or whatever. So this video played from mid-Sunday, Monday morning until Tuesday. I mean, Tuesday by Monday afternoon, my Facebook page was just popping. So, but it was just popping. So, you know, people was inboxing me and saying their prayers and their prayers. They started sharing the page. And so then his daughter, my daughter, which she's my stepdaughter, but that's my daughter. She said she inboxed him and asked him, did she see my son? And he said, no, shaking my head. So he's like, what does that mean? That sounds like he's trying to be sarcastic. Like, no, shaking my head. So I told her, I said, you know what, I'm not going to mess with that. So then the next day, he called my other daughter that was with me and asked her, you know, did they hear anything? And my daughter said no. So I was at work and my daughter texted me and said, the next day I was at work, my daughter texted me and said, Mama, you know, he called, he wants your number. He said, why you asking for my number? Because you already got it. I called you before. I called my ex-husband and asked him to meet with me and my husband now so we can meet and try to get things cleared out of the air, because we have children, and mainly my son that was going through mentally, that we needed to help, we needed to get help for, we need to push him to do the right thing so he could get help. Why would you ask him for my phone number? You already had it. But anyway, so by Wednesday, he blowing my phone up. I ain't answer the phone. I didn't answer the phone because of the fact that if I had answered the phone, I would have cursed him out, because of the fact that when my daughter called you that day and you said call the police and let the police pick him up, the only reason you're so concerned is because your family started asking you where he is or what's going on. So now Sunday passed, this Sunday gone, because today is Wednesday. I went back and I went back to my hometown. We passed out some flyers. How come this man, I live in Spartanburg, he lives in Somerville. I was going back to Somerville. I was going to Somerville, he was coming to Spartanburg. But yet still, when it first happened, you didn't care. Because he told my brother called him and said, have you heard about your son? He said, what do you want me to do? At this point, my son needs help, and that's my biggest concern. But what my concern also is now you out here, you come to Spartanburg, you put on Facebook, I'm going to Spartanburg, look for my other son. Oh, I'm over here by such and such, we looking around, But when we call you for help, you would not come. So why now? Why now? It's to make you look good. But I thank God, because we know where my son is. We know what area he's in, but we don't know exactly where he is. I would not tell you. He blew my phone up. I did not answer my phone. So when my son called me and I just put it on Facebook, oh God, thank you, Jesus. He called me. He's fine. So here they go, posting it on Facebook. Everything I post, they post. And see, my biggest thing is, you're not going to make it seem like you taking care of my son or you helping me with my son, and you're not. You're not going to do that. You're not going to do that, because I'm going to shut you down. I'm going to tell everybody how, when I asked you for help, you said that was my effing problem. You handle it, and you deal with it. I'm not playing that game. But like I said, I know the bigger picture is my son. So I'm glad that he called, and I decided that He is 33. He said he's got something he's doing. He's gonna get a job. He's gonna get himself, but he got to do what he got to do to get him right. So I'm gonna back off. But my biggest thing with him is I need him to keep in contact with me or his sisters, his brother. We need you to keep in contact. Now his daddy calling, want to know where he at. Okay, he okay? Where he at? Why are you trying to make it seem like you care? You don't care. I don't care what nobody says, and I'm being honest. Not only does my ex-husband, my kids' father, don't want nothing to do with them, because he take care of her grandkids and her kids, and he has 5 grandkids, and he don't do nothing for. He don't spend no time with. But I don't care what nobody said. He don't want to spend time with them because he already put a post on Facebook. Don't let your grown kids ruin your life. And she don't want him to spend time with his kids. I'm just being honest. That's how I feel. But you know, that's what pisses me off. Excuse me. That's what makes me mad. Is that my husband now care more about your son, provides for your son, your son. He knows more about what your son is going through than you do. My grandson, my grandkids, my grandbaby, 2-year-old called my husband granddaddy. My granddaddy, my granddaddy. They don't know you. They don't know you. But like I said, I thank God for allowing this man to come into my life, because at this rate, you know, where would I have been? You know I would have been all right if I wasn't married again or anything like that. But he came into my life where he accepted my kids. He put up with stuff that we went through with my daughter. He accepted my kids. He accepted my kids. So at this point, like I said, me living in my truth is, I ain't got time to worry about what this man talking about. I ain't got time to worry about the fact that he's sorry. He's sorry, and he's a slacker when it comes to his kids. But he can travel twice a year. He living on top of the world. The world is his and all that. He's a slacker. But to God be the glory. I'm still concerned about my son. I want to get him help, but he has to want the help. But like I said, as long as I can hear his voice and I know he's okay, I'm good. But I do still want to know where he is. But this video is like, I got so much stuff that I'm just going to take y'all with me on my journey. I'm going to take it one day at a time. One day at a time. And I'm going to take y'all with me. Because it's like, I need people to realize that this day and time we living in, we don't have time to be following no bull crap. We don't have time for foolishness. Jesus is coming back. We need to get our life right with Christ. And if you don't believe that, that's your choice. That's your right. But I know what I believe. But in the end, God wants us to be happy. He wants us to be blessed. He wants us to live fulfilled lives. He don't want us to be downtrodden or depressed and have anxiety, because he speaks against those things. Those are things from the devil. And that's why I fight hard every day to keep my sanity, to push myself. And I'm not going to lie, some days I don't feel like doing nothing. I just feel like, it's just like, I get up and then I don't want to get up. And then sometimes I get up just so I don't stay in the bed. But then it's crazy because I get out the bed and go lay on the chair. I mean, like, come on. So I said I was going to make this video. And I'm going to take y'all with me packing. I'm packing out. Look. I didn't have the money. I had some of the money. I didn't have all the money to pay my rent. I got to move. I'm not going to worry about it. God going to provide. But I'm going to keep on working. I'm going to get my credit straight. I'm going to get myself together. have to go to work at 2 o'clock. I literally have to push myself out the bed because I have to be to work at 4:45. It takes me 45 minutes to get to work. So I got to get up at 2 o'clock in the morning just to be to work on time. And don't y'all know I can wake up at 2 o'clock and still leave out that house late? You should be ashamed of yourself. And that's what I be saying to myself. I should be ashamed of myself. And this is what I'm talking about, living in my truth. My truth is that I do things at the last minute, procrastinate. My truth is this: I need to get my stuff together the night before that I don't have to look for nothing the next day. That's my truth. Lunch, everything needs to be packed. My coffee cup and everything needs to be sitting right by the coffee pot. So all I have to do is make my coffee and walk out the door. Grab my lunch bag. But I even down to the, if dishes was in the sink, I was washing the dishes before I left out the house. Come on, man. I need to organize. I need to get myself together. So I'm on my way home. And me and my husband going to pack some more because we're trying to pack up and have everything out this weekend. And I'm not going to tell you where we're going at yet. I'll let y'all know where we want to go. When we get there, I'll let y'all know. So, yeah. I'll be back. We have from yours meatball sub. I said, where's the meatball? Lord, there's the meatball. Well, let's say grease, because we don't know how these sandwiches made. First, these come from the shop already, and we just put it in. Look at it. They don't even look like a meatball sub. From Substation 2. They whack. They're not like the one that.
That's the wrong people in there.
Where's my letter?
Celebrate letter.
And it's wet. Look at that.
Damn.
I'm pissed.
Go trying to know what he doing.
Look at my sandwich.
All them young in there. Old lady
Then I'd be
running.
glad I went and get this Popeye's chicken too.
Old lady running the caterpillar. She bakes on the buddy bank.
I got some Popeye's chicken. This
You
is
up
that.
with your
Good thing I
sandwich.
went and got it. Oh.
You gotta get washing it.
It just made me mad about my sandwich.
Y'all see mine? Fit long.
He got a what?
DLT fit long.
BLT foot long. And it's
Wheat
wet
grain.
from that pickle.
Trying to drive now with his nappy. She put some mayonnaise on it. I should tell her light.
I do like mayonnaise. I don't do no heavy mayonnaise with nobody.
Back home.
All right, now leave the little pretty girl alone. This you just messed up my sandwich.
What's the rest man doing? This white man.
That's not the one he worked to.
I know he was in the team.
We went to the one down there where we were staying at before.
Him and that big white dude.
That's not this store. Look at me. rainy day. I mean, just throw my stuff together.
Yeah. Bunch of young kids, me.
Well, I gotta eat it.
Let them stand up. And let it still like this. Worse.
I don't let them put the vinegar on mine.
Oh, I missed that. You just let put it on mine, but like you're putting much.
That's why I don't let them put the vinegar on it. But they put too much.
Yeah, they got the tip thing on the thing. I'm like, I ain't no tip. That's my job.
If I was to give a tip, they wouldn't get none. They mess up my serum. I had my mouth all torn up for the sandwich. And it's messy.
I should have tell fry. I should have tell them.
Let's see, all the substations that's left, they're franchises. They're not corporations. So they closed down. I won't be getting no more meatball stuff from them. Put all that darn sauce on my bread and got my bread wet.
Just to eat a man in the house.
Okay, that's enough of that. Well, we got shit. And that. We about to, well, we about to get ourselves ready for tomorrow. We gotta get up and do some packing. I might come back when we start packing. Okay?